What's zapping Mousetrap? Is a Teslamouse here, your coach is Houston Raichus for our Week 2 team builder in the Saffron Bell Network. This week we are taking on Irish Emerald of the Wexford Wailords, and his roster is pretty threatening, so let's briefly go over it real quick. My opponent has the following: Latios, Florges, Dawnfan, Rotom Heat, Scrafty, Miltank, Mega Scizor, Tornadus Incarnate, Roserade, Milotic, and Rampardos. Now, I always say that my opponent's team is pretty threatening because, let's be honest, you can draft a lot of hard hitters in draft format. Now, my opponent apparently is very afraid of my roster, which I guess is kind of understandable in a way, but I'm more threatened by his roster. And it's going to be very interesting to see how this match plays out. So, let's get right on to the team. Our first set that we're running in this team is going to be Choice Specs Tapu Koko with Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot, Hidden Power, Fire. We're running Modest Nature, Max Special Attack, Max Speed, 4 HP. The reason why we're running Modest is to get as much damage off as possible, and there's nothing that can outspeed us as a Modest Max Speed Tapu Koko, barring any Scarfers. Now, Modest Tapu Koko with Max Speed investment will outspeed +1 Jolly Max Speed Scrafty, which is the goal here. Now, because I sped credit to 20th Eye at, plus speed nature with max speed investment, and +1 Scrafty did outspeed my Tapu Koko, and that's not something I want to have happen here. But once again though, nothing on his team, barring a Scarfer, will outspeed our Tapu Koko with Modest Nature max speed investment. But let's go over some calcs real quick. As you can see here, we have the standard Mega Scizor OU Swords set. It's 248 HP, 64 attack, 124 defense, 16 special defense, and 56 speed. Our Hidden Power Fire with this EV spread is going to one-shot. It'll do a maximum of 122.7% and a minimum of 102.2. We are must. Now, if we were running Timid instead, I want to say that would be a roll. Timid would basically have a 68.3 or 68.8% chance of one-shot the Mega Scizor with Hidden Power Fire. That's why I believe that going Modest this week is overall better, because we don't lose. We don't get outsped by anything barring random Scarfers on my opponent's team. So we're going to stick to Modest for this week. Also, against Dawnfan, Grass Knot will be a guaranteed one-shot on a non-AV Dawnfan. This is the typical RU offensive rapid spin set. It has max HP, max attack, and 4 defense. Dazzling Gleam will be a guaranteed 2-hit KO on the Dawnfan. So if we try to go for Dazzling Gleam on Scrafty or something, and they swap in their Dawnfan, then we can just 2-tap it easily with Choice Specs Dazzling Gleam. Another mod on his team is Miltank. So let's see what happens with Miltank here. We'll go with NU Tank. Volt Switch will be a guaranteed 2-hit KO after leftovers recovery. So Electric Train Specs Tapu Koko's Volt Switch will do 79.2 to 93.5% damage. If we get some prior damage off on the Miltank, it will basically finish it up. Now, we could go for Thunderbolt here. A Thunderbolt would be a guaranteed one-shot, but I feel that Volt Switch would be better for pivoting in case he wants to swap in his Florges or his Rotom Heat, and then we get a switch initiative there. So that's why I went for Volt Switch over Thunderbolt, just so I can pivot out. U-turn obviously was not going to serve any purpose in this match. Now, originally for Tapu Koko, what I was planning to do was bring in an air balloon set to counteract lead Dawnfan. But my AC did tell me that Specs would be better, and I actually am inclined to agree. So, hopefully Choice Specs Tapu Koko is the right set to bring for it this week. Next up on our team, we have Lajin the Hoopa Unbound. We're running Poison Z on it with Dark Pulse, Focus Blast, Gunk Shot, and Hidden Power Fire. We're running a Modest Nature, 4 HP, Max Special Attack, 24 Special Defense, 228 Speed. I believe this is a Speed Creep Jolly Max Speed Scrafty as well. Yeah, I'm running Focus Blast, and I'm hoping that doesn't come to the point where I have to actually use Focus Blast. And I'm very wary of my moves missing. But what Hoopa Unbound is designed to do here is basically hit stuff hard. Now, against Florges, let's go with the RU Cleric set. Acid Downpour from a minus attack nature, no attack investment, Hoopa Unbound will have a 68.8% chance to one-hit KO. So here's what I'm thinking. We go for a Dark Pulse, they switch Florages in, and then we can possibly go for the Acid Downpour and take out the Florages. They might expect us to switch out and go for like a Wish or a Calm Mind or something. And they might anticipate our Dark Pulse being, our Hoopa being scarfed, and we'll be forced out to switch. So a combination of Dark Pulse and Acid Downpour will knock out the Florages. A Florages' Moonblast will do a maximum of 73% damage to our Hoopa Unbound, because Hoopa Unbound has really good special defense, base 130. We do have 24 EVs in special defense, so that's my thoughts on that one. Let's go with Rotom Heat here. Let's assume that he's going to be running a defensive Rotom Heat. Are you defensive pivot? Alright, so Overheat and Volt Switch both do less than 50% to Hoopa Unbound. Dark Pulse will be a guaranteed 2-shot, and Hoopa Unbound will actually outspeed with 228 speed investment, a 32 speed invested Rotom Heat. So if he's running offensive though, which is something we have to watch out for, we could be in a lot of trouble, because Rotom does get Signal Beam, and that's quad super effective against our Hoopa Unbound. So let's go with Special Attacker Choice Specs here, and we'll change Hidden Power Ice for Signal Beam. Signal Beam from a Choice Specs Hidden Power, Choice Specs Rotom Heat will be a guaranteed 1-shot. If he's Choice Scarf though, it'll do a maximum of 89.7% damage to us. Now if he's Choice Specs or Choice Scarf, then he is going to outspeed our Hoopa Unbound, no doubt. But I do feel that Modest Poisium Z Hoopa Unbound is the thing to bring. Choice Bandit is not going to help us because we don't want to be locked in against Intimidate Scrafty. Choice Specs is alright, but we don't want to be locked into Dark Pulse against Florages. So overall, I decided to go for offensive move Hoopa Unbound. Another thing to look for in the Calyx here is Scizor. Again, we're going back to the OU Swords Dance set here. We're Calcing Scizor. Hidden Power Fire does a maximum of 122.7% damage to it. So, essentially, Choice Spec Coco has as much power as Modest Hoopa Unbound, which is really interesting because I believe these calcs are the same. I believe it's just like Tapu Koko's calcs is 102.2. 122.7, so that's something very interesting. Bullet Punch will do a maximum of 63.4% damage to us. U-Turn obviously will KO, but we have this Hoopa Unbound to basically speed creep Adamant Max Speed Scizor, because Adamant Max Speed Scizor gets 127 speed. We have 129 speed total because of our 228 speed investment. So unless he's Jolly Max Speed, we're going to be able to outspeed and hit it with Hidden Power Fire and knock it out. Now, will we want to show our hand early on and go for Hidden Power Fire? I don't know, because he might anticipate that and go right into Rotom Heat, and that would be quite unfortunate for us. Pretty much nothing on his team wants to switch into my Hoopa Unbound. His Donphan, if it switches in, will be 2-shotted by Dark Pulse. His Scrafty will be 1-shotted by Focus Blast. Of course, and we do outspeed Scrafty by 8 points. His Miltank also will be 1-shotted by Focus Blast or 2-shotted by Dark Pulse. So if we do Dark Pulse's Miltank on the switch, we don't have to worry about his having to risk the Focus Blast miss of Focus Blast. Another thing on his team is Rampardos. Rampardos will get 1-shotted by Dark Pulse if this is the standard Rampardos set of, naive nature. If it's like Jolly or something, then Dark Pulse will not be a guaranteed 1-shot. Dark Pulse will just do will be a 50% chance of 1-hit KO. And I'm not really sure how lucky I would be feeling on that point. With Rampardos being Life Orb, Rock Slide will obviously kill Hoopa Unbound because of Sheer Force, Super Power will kill. Without the Life Orb though, I don't know why you wouldn't run Life Orb on Rampardos. Rockslide will have a 75% chance to one-shot our Hoopa Unbound. Superpower will do a maximum of 92.9% damage. That would put it in the range of Bullet Punch though, so. Yeah. We don't really need to go over the Calcs or Latios, because, you know, Latios is threatened out by Hoopa Unbound. Tornadus Incarnate would probably be two-shotted by Dark Pulse. Although I gotta say, U-turn is something we definitely want to watch out for on this thing. So, Dark Pulse does a maximum of 84.4% damage to the Tornadus. Now let's see what U-turn does of timid nature. A timid U-turn will be a guaranteed one-shot, even without attack investment. And then, without the Life Orb, U-turn would still be a guaranteed one-hit KO because, again, Hoopa Unbound is quad weak to Bug. It's also very low on the physically defensive side. So that's something to also pay in mind too, because Hoopa, I believe Tornadus does get U-turn actually. I was about to say I believe that. The one thing I can sponge a special attack from our Hoopa Unbound is my Loaded. And Roserade is threatened out because of Psyshock, Psychic, or Zen Headbutt, or even Hyperspace Hole. So pretty much, honestly, the only thing that can really deal with our Hoopa Unbound consistently in this match is my Loaded, which I'm hoping does not bring. The next mon on our team is going to be Yellow Gadget the Jirachi, which is going to be Leftovers. We have Ironhead, Toxic, Wish, and Protect, 248 HP, 120 or 136 special defense, and 60 speed investment. The funny thing about this is I kept switching from set to set on this Jirachi. This is the one mon on my team that I could not unanimously decide on what set to bring here. And at first, I was going to go with 4 attacks expert belt Jirachi. It would have, I want to say it would have Heart Stamp, Moonblast, Water Pulse, and Fire Punch. Basically, Heart Stamp for stab, Water Pulse to deal with the Rotom Heat, Fire Punch for the Scizor, and Moonblast for the Scrafty. But then I'm like, you know what? Having Jirachi as an offensive attack doesn't really give me any options to switch into Latios. So then I went with the specially defensive variant, and I had Ironhead, Fire Punch, Wish, and Protect originally. However, then I'm like, you know what? Wish is kind of mediocre without Protect on Jirachi, because I want to keep having my Jirachi heal up HP and whatnot. And without Protect, I can't consistently do that. So, yeah, like if I have Jirachi up versus Latios, and it has like a lot of damage to it, and I go for Wish, they can just swap a Rotom Heat or the Dawn Fan, and I can't get the HP recovery from Jirachi because I don't have Protect, and I'd have to either rely on an Ironhead / Heart Stamp flinch to buy me that one turn of recovery, or I would have to basically switch Jirachi out and not have it recover HP. And Jirachi here is my best way to deal with the Roserade and the Latios. It's also a good way to deal with Miltank too. So going over some calcs here, we're gonna go with Latios, which is going to be the OU offensive variant. Now, a Scarfed Latios does literally nothing to Jirachi. Like, maximum of 24.1% damage from Draco Meteor, maximum of 9.6. Hidden Power Fire will do a maximum of 30.9, and Shadow Ball would be the better move to use. Just do a maximum of 40.5% damage. So barring a special defense drop on Jirachi, I can just wish back my HP and whatnot. Now, if we're facing off against Choice Specs Latios, Shadow Ball will be a 2-tap my Jirachi. And at least with this amount of damage, if we get this amount of damage on our Jirachi, we can actually gauge the kind of item that's on the Latios. HP Fire again would do a maximum of 45.4% damage, Draco Meteor do 36.2, Psyshock 14.4, and we basically, but if this is not Specs Latios, we just threaten out the Latios with U-turn, Moonblast, Thunder Wave, stuff like that. Roserade is a different story here. Are you offensive? Himbar Fire does a max of 57.9% damage, so it's not quite as good of a switch-in as we would hope. And obviously Shadow Ball has more base power than Himbar Fire. But Shadow Ball would be less powerful because of Technician. So Technician Roserade would actually do a lot. But if I'm being honest with you, I want to say that if he brings Roserade, it's probably going to be Natural Cure because of all the possible statuses I could inflict on his team. So notwithstanding the Technician Roserade, Technician or Natural Cure HP Fire do a max of 39.1% damage, and Shadow Ball would have a guaranteed 3-hit KO after Leftovers recovery. So our Jirachi is basically a decent switch into non-Technician Roserade here. You know, Rotom Heat destroys Jirachi. That's all I can say about that. So is Donphan. Florges is threatened out. Now I'm gonna explain the set real quick. Ironhead is there to basically hit anything on his team. Like we could have a Heart Stamp, but at the same time if he brought Scrafty, our Jirachi would be walled out by it completely. But we have Toxic also to basically, you know, poison any of his switch-ins. If he wants to switch in like Milotic or Rotom Heat or Donphan or Miltank or even Scrafty, we're gonna inflict a deadly Toxic onto them and we're gonna put them on a timer. Now, Florges could go ahead and get the Heal Bell off, but we just basically threatened the Florges out and rinse and repeat the set, the sequence of events there. Again, I did have Fire Punch over Protect for the Scizor, but Protect was ultimately put in last minute because of you know, the simple fact that I want to keep recovering my HP with Wish. We're essentially running the same set as last week, but except we're running Toxic over Thunder Wave. We're running Leftovers over, you know, Alkaberry, and we have a Careful Nature over Impish Nature. So Jirachi is our main way to deal with the Latios. Next set that we are running is going to be a specially defensive Rotom Wash with Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Reflect, and Pain Split. This is another Mon on our team that was actually, you know, going back and forth with on the set. At first I had a physically defensive standard set, and then I decided to go with a Heat Choice Band Trick set to render any of his special attackers useless. Like, if you want to switch his Florges, I can go for a Trick and trigger Choice Band on it, therefore reducing its utility there. The set was going to be Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Pain Split, and Trick, but ultimately, after that, I've settled on the specially defensive Rotom Wash. And I'm running Reflect on Rotom Wash because I want to be able to reduce the damage from his physical attackers. Now, we are running a Calm Nature, 240 HP, 136 Special Defense, and 124 Speed with Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Reflect, and Pain Split with the Light Clay. This is the Speed Creep. I believe it is Jolly Max Speed Scrafty. I could be wrong. I don't exactly remember what I sped crept with this Latios. I mean, not this Rotom Wash. I sincerely apologize. But here's something interesting. Rotom Wash versus Latios. Let's go with this now. Rotom Wash is not going to be one-shotted by the Draco Meteor. So anticipating him go for a Draco Meteor. Usually Draco knocks us to about 35.9% HP, but we get the Pain Split off, and his Latios is at -2. A Choice Specs Draco Meteor, though, from Latios, on the other hand, will not even be a guaranteed one-hit KO. Then we got, you know, stuff like Milotic, which obviously can't do much to Rotom Wash on its own, although Rotom Wash, being it's only a stab move being a pivot out, basically can't deal with Milotic that well either, but yeah. Again, we also have Reflect there to, you know, increase the defenses from physical attacks for my team, because he does have some very intimidating physical attackers such as Scrafty, Mega Scizor, Miltank, stuff of that nature. Also, special defensive Rotom Wash is good to take on especially offensive Tornadus Incarnate. Should note that Tornadus Incarnate is the Z move user. Hurricane will do a maximum 35.2% damage. Heat Wave will do 19.8. Superpower will do 8% maximum. Our Psychic from Tornadus will do a maximum of 38.4% damage to our Rotom Wash. And Grass Knot, because it does get Grass Knot, will do 18.5% damage. Z-Move Grass Knot, Bloom Doom actually does have a good chance of one-shot. So we have to hope that he's not Grassium Z Tornadus. If he's Grassium Z Tornadus and he kills our Rotom Wash, we could be in a lot of trouble here. Other moves that Tornadus get include like Sludge Wave and whatnot, and Sludge Wave is good to deal with my Tapu Koko. He gets knockoff as well to knock off items off of, Jirachi. It's your turn to deal with, Hoopa Unbound, stuff of that nature. And of course, Donphan can't really touch Rotom Wash unless it has like Seed Bomb or something. And it'll be threatened off Will-O-Wisp. Forges can set up on Rotom Wash, but we're especially defensive, so we can just take a Moonblast and switch out into like Hoopa Unbound and go for like Acid Downpour. The next one that we are bringing on our team is going to be Xerofying the Cryogonal. We are running Freeze Dry, Hidden Power, Fire, Rapid Spin, and Recover. We are using the Berry, which reduces the damage from Steel type attacks on it. We have max special attack, 116 special defense, and 140 speed. This is to, I believe, Speed Creep Roserade? I think? Let me see. Yeah, we do Speed Creep Roserade by 1 point. And aside from the Leaf Storm, Cryogonal threatens out the Roserade because we're faster in general. And we can just recover after they lose like +2 in special attack after the Leaf Storm. So, yeah, we basically Speed Creep the Roserade. However, for the Scizor though, this is what I was trying to do. My thoughts were this. If I can lure my opponent in with his Mega Scizor, I can go for like Hidden Power Fire or something. Now, a Bullet Punch from the Berry will do a maximum of 72.2% damage, so we just strike it with Hidden Power Fire. Afterwards, do a maximum of 75% damage. If we do hit him on a switch of Hidden Power Fire, we can then 2-tap, follow up with a second one. He'll go for a Bullet Punch, probably saying that he'll probably take out this Cryogonal in one shot. Bam! The Berry is revealed. Cryogonal lives. And Hidden Power Fire takes out a second time, so Scizor will be down. Obviously, Freeze Dry is there to hit, my luck for super effective damage, of course. Are you defensive? Freeze Dry isn't going to be a 3 at KO though, but as long as he doesn't have like Toxic or Miracle as my luck, we should be fine. The things that I've seen that wall out my Cryogonal include, Florges, because you can just wish and set up on us. Donphan, no, not Donphan. I meant Rotom Heat. I was looking at Donphan while I was thinking of Donphan while I was looking at Rotom Heat. But Rotom Heat, Miltank walls it out with Thick Fat because both our offensive moves on it that matter. Thick Fat reduces the damage of. Scizor does unless we can, keep our Berry up and our HP high. And Milotic. Rampardos. If he switches Rampardos in to our Cryogonal, it'll do a maximum of 63.3% damage. Maybe we'll get lucky with a freeze or something. But yeah, honestly, Cryogonal is not really good against any matchup, any mons on this team, barring the Roserade and Donphan and possibly the Latios, if he's locked into like Draco Meteor or something. Basically, Cryogonal's purpose here is to get rid of the rocks and to get damage off on Scizor with Hidden Power Fire after a Berry. So that's Cryogonal's main purpose in this match. And last but not least, we're going with Emboar, aka Firefist Carabao. Now, this is one of my team. This is the member that I was undecided on. I knew I was bringing the Tapu Koko, I knew I was bringing the Hoopa, the Jirachi, the Rotom Wash, and the Cryogonal, but I did not know what my 6th Mon was going to be. Last week we brought Bayonet. I was actually debating if I wanted to go with Haxorus or Mega Pidgeot perhaps, but ultimately I decided that Reckless Emboar would definitely be the way to go here. Our moveset is going to be Flare Blitz, Head Smash, Wild Charge, and Sucker Punch. We are running max attack, 204 speed, and 52 HP with the Jolly nature. This is to Speed Creep, Max Speed, Jolly, Scrafty. Now, what sold me on Ember is this. Let's say my opponent goes for, Latios, and switches Latios into a Flare Blitz. Reckless Flare Blitz will do a maximum of 54.1% damage, while a minimum of 45.8%. After Flare Blitz, he might think, oh, you know what, I'm a Choice Scarf Latios, so I'm just gonna Side Shock the hell out of him. But then we, bam, hit him with an Extra Bell Sucker Punch, and that will take out the Latios. So basically, if Latios switches into Ember, and it tries to take out Ember, the Latios is gonna fall hard. Another thing we got is Rotom Heat. Let's assume it's a RU defensive pivot. Extra Belt Head Smash will do a guaranteed one shot on the Rotom Heat. Maximum of 127.5% damage to it. Minimum of 107.6. So even if he's a 228 EV'd Bold Nature Rotom Heat, Head Smash is not a one shot. Although you gotta be warned, the Head Smash could miss. I believe it has 20% or 80% accuracy, so if I'm really unlucky, I'm probably going to miss the Head Smash there. My Lodic is going to take a maximum of 86.6% damage from the Wild Charge. Now, if we're in the electric terrain though, set up by Tapu Koko, Wild Charge is going to be a guaranteed one shot. So Tapu Koko's electric terrain does help Ember in a way that will help get a one hit KO on the Milotic. And then we have, Scrafty. Ember doesn't really do anything to Miltank or Scrafty, to be honest, because we're not running a fighting type move this week. Because our moveset is filled here. We got Flare Blitz to hit, Latios as hard as possible. We got Head Smash on the Rotom Heat, Wild Charge on the Milotic, and Sucker Punch also for the Latios. So Miltank and Scrafty Miltank could actually severely cripple my Ember. Let's actually do some calcs here. Let's see what happens. We'll go NU Tank, and we're going to change the ability to Thick Fat here. Yeah, Flare Blitz will do a maximum of 25.2% damage. Nothing is going to... Ember can't two-shot it. So, yeah, we're kind of in trouble there. If it comes to Miltank versus Ember. Now, Rampardos, let's see what Rampardos takes from Ember. Alright, Flare Blitz will be a two-shot on the Rampardos. Because Reckless, man, and Stab. Head Smash will be almost a guaranteed one-shot. Wild Charge will be a two-shot as well. And if we go for Flare Blitz as Rampardos, as Rampardos turns out to be Choice Scarf, that means that we can just Sucker Punch and finish the rest of the HP off on it. Other mons that Ember can deal with that don't want to switch into Flare Blitz include Donphan. Let's check these calcs out right here. RU Offensive Rapid Spin from a Flare Blitz. Two-shot on Donphan. That's how it is, really. Rose Raid goes without saying, doesn't want to switch into a Flare Blitz. Tornadus. Well, you can say bye-bye birdie to it, in a nutshell. Like, we have type coverage to the point where nothing barring the Miltank will want to switch into our Ember. And possibly intimidate Scrafty, but other than those two mons, nothing wants to switch into my Ember's attacks. Because again, if Latios switches in, it takes like almost half damage and Sucker Punch will finish it off. My Log takes hefty damage from Wild Charge. My Rampardos gets two-shot by Flare Blitz. Rosary dies instantly to Flare Blitz. I pretty much dies to any attack that I switches into. Even if naive, it pretty much dies to any attack. And Florges, doesn't want to switch into a Flare Blitz either. So let's do a quick recap before we end off the video here. We are bringing Choice Specs Tapu Koko with 252 speed, 252 special attack, 4 HP. Volt Switch, Dazzling Gleam, Grass Knot, Power Fire. Again, once again, Choice Specs there. We are bringing Poison MZ, Hoopa Unbound. Did mention this before in the draft recap, but Hoopa Unbound is my designated Z move user. I would tell you guys why I picked it as my Z move user, but I don't want to really show my hand right now. We're running Dark Pulse, Focus Plus, Gunshot, Hidden Power, Fire on it. Then we got Special Defensive, Toxic Stalling, Jirachi, Ironhead, Toxic, Wish, and Protect with 248 HP, 136 Special Defense, 60 Speed. We got Especially Defensive, Rotom Wash with Light Clay and Reflect. Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Reflect of course, and Pain Split as the moveset. 248 HP, 136 Special Defense, and 124 Speed. Then we got Berry Cryogonal, aka Zero Fine, Freeze Dry, Hidden Power, Fire, Rapid Spin, and Recover. Max Special Attack, 140 Speed, and 116 Special Defense. And then Expert Belt Embor, aka Fire Fist Carabao, with Flare Blitz, Head Smash, Wild Charge, Sucker Punch, 52 HP, Max Attack, 204 Speed, Jolly Nature. So, that is our game plan heading into our match against Irish Emerald of the Wexford Wailords. This guy, from what I've seen from his Week 1 match in the SBN, is going to be a force to be reckoned with. His team is going to be absolutely tough to manage, but he also feels the same way about my team. So it's going to be a very interesting match. I feel like it's going to be a really good match. I just really want to come out with a win, so hopefully we can do that. But guys, we enjoyed this fantastic team builder for Week 1, or not Week 1, but Week 2 of the Saffron Battle Network. Leave a like, comment, and thunderbolt the subscribe button. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Remember, keep riding the Thunder Waves to victory. Okay, thanks, bye.